Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie and I work at the Japanese Culture and Community Center of Northern California. Today I will be showing you a craft for Children's Day. This is a Koinobori. So we'll be making this carp, this flying carp that was traditionally hung outside for Children's Day on May 5th to represent all the boys in the household. So we are going to make this today using these supplies. So you will need this could either be a paper towel holder or a toilet paper holder. So ours is a toilet paper one. And then this is a chopstick. So when you get takeout, maybe you can ask your parents to save you one of these. You could also use a stick or a pencil or whatever kind of object you have at home to hold up your koinobori. Then you will need some pieces of paper, preferably colored, but if you don't have colored, you could always use some crayons, markers, or any type of coloring utensil to make this into colored pieces. Then you'll need tape, you'll need some ribbon or string, you'll need a glue stick, you'll need a pair of scissors, and you'll need a Sharpie. Or you can just use a marker or a crayon or any type of black coloring utensil to make this eye. So the first step is to have your paper cut into these little scales of the fish, and then also into these little waving things that will go in the wind. So right now I'm going to take this piece of paper and I'm going to fold it about in a little over an inch. So you can have your parents help you do that, or you could just eyeball it. So you're going to want to fold it about an inch or so or more, and then cut it off. And you're going to want to do this with all of the colors that you're going to use. So I chose white, green, blue, pink, but it doesn't matter what kind of colors that you use, as long as you like them. Okay, so once you have your folded strips of paper, you want the opening to be at the bottom and the fold to be at the top. And you're going to make half circles. So you're going to cut out little half circles or little moon-shaped scales for the fish. So the way that I did this was to cut it into half circles, and they don't have to be perfect at all. So right now I have 2 of these. And the reason why I folded it in half is because then you'll get 2 of them. It'll be a little bit easier to make. So you're going to want to do this until you have quite a few colored pieces, half circles or scales. So those are the ones that I made, and I actually had pre-cut them. So I have all of these different scales for us to use. And I'll show you also how to make these strips of paper to be used at the bottom of the koi fish. So for these, you're just going to want to cut strips of paper in, I'd say about a 1/4 inch or maybe like the size of your fingernail. And then just cut it however long you want the streamers to be at the end of your fish. So I'd say this is about half of my hand. Maybe it'll be your full hand. I have larger hands than you all. Okay, so now I have the scales ready to go, as well as the flying strips of paper on the back half of our fish. So with this, we are ready to start gluing. So you're going to need your paper towel holder or your toilet paper holder. So, you know, if you are a big recycler, maybe you can see if you have one left over in your recycle bin, or after one gets used up in the bathroom or your kitchen, you can take it. So now what you're going to need to do is glue these scales on to your little paper towel or toilet paper roll. So it can work if you glue the cardboard or you can glue the strips of paper. And for the first one, you kind of want it to hang a little bit over the edge. And you're just gonna want to put on the scales in whatever order, whatever colors you want. I like to do no certain pattern, but I didn't want the same colors to touch each other. So I just did, right now I'm doing pink, white, green. I'll put some blue on here. But you're going to want to fill up every single section of this toilet paper roll. Okay, let's see. So now I have this whole bottom section done, and I'm ready to overlap the scales of this fish. And sometimes the glue doesn't always stick too well, but you can just fill in where it kind of is popping up a little bit. And then you're going to take more scales and you're going to overlap them on this, on the lines between them. So for this one, put some glue on here, actually a lot of glue so that it sticks well. And now I'm overlapping it so that I have these two scales and this scale is in between the pink and the white scale. And I'm going to continue like this until I have filled up the entire toilet paper roll. So this can kind of take some time. So now we have glued all of our little scales onto our fish. And so now we're going to put the little streamers on the end. So what I did was I took tape and I taped one, you could tape as many as 3, I guess, on this piece of tape. So I'm gonna choose a pink, a white, and a green. And then you might need your parents to help you with this, but you want to just stick the piece of tape, so the sticky side, onto the inside of the toilet paper roll. So you could use a finger, you can use a pen, but you just want those stuck in there. And you're just going to want to keep doing that until you have a full set of these streamers on your fish. So some can be different lengths, whatever you think looks best. And these can overlap as well. Okay, so sticky side down. Stick it on the inside. And we'll do one more piece of tape with a few more colors. choose a pink. And there we go. So now we'll stick this on the inside. Once again. And we have that frilly tail that we see right here as well. So the next step is to add some eyes, just like that. So what I did was I'm using some leftover scales, and I made circles, 2 circles. So I actually put them together so that they'd be about the same size. And I cut out little circles. So now I have 2 circles. And then you're going to want to make that little black eye. So you're going to want to color in, and maybe put, if you're on a table, you might want to put another piece of paper under the white piece of paper so that it doesn't mark up your table. Okay, so now I have 2 googly eyes, and I'm going to glue them on opposite ends of my little fish. So on the scales right here, and then on the other side, so about right here. So you have your 2 eyes on either side, the open mouth, your frilly tail, and the last step now is to add your koinobori to your chopstick or your pencil or whatever object you find in your house. So for this, you're going to want to take some string, cut a piece off, and then tie the string to your stick. So you might need some help from somebody else to do this. Okay, I'm gonna make a double knot so that it really is tight on there and it doesn't move around too much. Okay, now I'm going to take these 2 ends and I'm going to put a piece of tape on both sides. So I have a piece of tape here and a piece of tape on the other side. And now, using the eyes as my guide, I'm going to stick this piece of tape inside my koi fish. Stick it, okay. And then make sure that sticky side is facing away from you. Stick it on the other side. And there you have it. Your flying koi fish. Your flying koinobori. And I think this would be really fun to put in a planter or maybe in your room, outside somewhere, your house. But that is how you make a koinobori for Children's Day.